You stop into a strange town, spend the night in a hotel, and in the top drawer of the night table, what do you see? The Christian Bible, placed there by the Gideons, an association with chapters in more than 125 different countries. Now, just who was this Gideon fellow? One would assume that he was a person of exemplary character and great worth to have a worldwide society named after him. Here are some of Gideon's accomplishments. Gideon slaughtered thousands in battle by plotting with the Lord to use treachery. Gideon murdered thousands more for worshiping false gods. Gideon tortured and killed still more for daring to taunt him. Gideon plundered the bodies of his victims to fashion a jeweled priestly vestment. Gideon fathered an offspring who killed 69 of his stepbrothers. Read the Bible for yourself. You will find the story of Gideon in Judges chapters 6 through 9. The tale of Gideon is just one of the many horror stories in the Bible. A book that glamorizes the kind of behavior that you detest. Millions of people have been hoodwinked by what the clergy and their misleaders have told them. But make up your own mind about the Bible. Read it for yourself. And then ask yourself about family values. The Bible promotes just about every atrocity known to man, including the bloody sacrifice of children to Jehovah God. Is this the legacy you wish to leave your children and grandchildren? At this time, let us go back more than a century to the words of Robert G. Ingersoll. His message deserves to be repeated over and over again. Somebody ought to tell the truth about the Bible. The preachers dare not, for they would be driven from their pulpits. Professors in college dare not, because they would lose their salaries. Politicians dare not. They would be defeated. Editors dare not. They would lose subscribers. Merchants dare not, because they might lose customers. Men of fashion dare not, fearing they would lose caste. Even clerks dare not, because they might be discharged. And so I thought I would do it myself. There are many millions of people who believe the Bible to be the inspired Word of God. Millions who think that this book is staff and guide, counselor and consoler, that it fills the present with peace and the future with hope. Millions who believe that it is the fountain of law, justice, and mercy, and that to its wise and benign teachings the world is indebted for its liberty, wealth, and civilization. Millions who imagine that the book is a revelation from the wisdom and love of God to the brain and heart of man. Millions who regard this book as a torch that conquers the darkness of death and pours its radiance on another world, a world without a tear. They forget its ignorance and savagery, its hatred of liberty, its religious persecution. They remember heaven, but they forget the dungeon of eternal pain. They forget that it imprisons the brain and corrupts the heart. They forget that it is the enemy of intellectual freedom. I attack this book because it is the enemy of human liberty, the greatest obstruction across the highway of human progress. Let us free ourselves from the tyranny of a book, from the slavery of dead ignorance, and from the aristocracy of the air.